Nobody can go back and start a new beginning, but anyone can start today and make a new ending. Hello friends, welcome back once again in my video. Today is very interesting topic because today I am going to share how we can express our past action. So many people are good at expressing their present action, but they get little bit confused expressing their past action or past situation. So always remember, whenever you have to express your past action, you have to use used to. For example, when I was a kid, I used to catch butterfly, or when I was a kid, we used to visit my grandparents on summer holidays. And always remember, whenever you have to express your past wishes, you have to use this pattern: subject plus wishes plus second subject plus had plus past tense. For example, I wish the teacher had given me 100 marks. काश टीचर ने मुझे 100 marks दिए होते. And please keep watching this video because today I am talking with one expert. Hello Himanshu, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. What about you?
I'm also good. I'm very glad that you are here I because I want to talk to you, and definitely it's very good that you are here.
Each and every day I used to have a lot of sessions and I used to have my own online classes. So due to which, it becomes a little bit difficult to interact with a lot of persons at the same time. So that's the reason it's Sunday. And I am having around 3 to 4 sessions with different kinds of people. I used to get a lot of messages, and every learners, a lot of people used to text me to have a conversation. So I think it's Sunday, and I'm gonna have all my rest of the conversations today.
Okay, that's very great. That's very great. So, how is your study going?
Yeah, it's going good, and I think the institution and all the colleges are about to start. I think from tomorrow onwards, so I'll be able to attend my classes.
Okay, that's very great to hear that. So, actually, so many students, not only students, so many people, those who are learning English, they have some kind of problem regarding they are not able to express their past situation. So today I thought, okay, I will talk little bit regarding childhood, so that we can
Yeah,
discuss little bit about childhood and we can express our thought, how we can express our past situation. So as you know that childhood is the most fun and memorable time in everyone's life, and
yeah,
it's the first stage of our life, and it is very enjoyable. At that time, whatever we want to do, we can do that time. Okay, so we can talk little bit regarding childhood. Okay,
okay.
so would, would you like to tell me any childhood memories, about very fond childhood memories
I
about your.
think all the persons used to have a lot of child memories, but it's not possible for us to remember each and everything that we did
That's
in our childhood. I think it's the most, I think, beautiful phase in our life where we don't have to think a lot about our, career planning, our study, the responsibility. We have nothing at our head. We just have to enjoy every moment. Just have to eat a lot of foods and just to enjoy every moment. I think I am having a lot of child memories. So I just wanted to explain. I think the most beautiful one, I think when I was around in standard one, I always used to have a lot of fun in my schools. When you are in standard one or LKG or UKG classes, you don't go to school for studying or something like that. We
Yes,
all
that
students just used to go, yeah, go to school only to have a lot of fun. So once, we're having a kind of very small group of students, small group of friends, and we were around three or four, something like that. So, we all the time, whenever we used to have our lunch time in the school, we just used to pick up one student from our class and just try to irritate him a lot for all the time. Like from the starting of the lunch time till the end, we used to irritate them a lot. Like each and every day, we just
My
used to
God.
pick one student from our class, and we used to perform those sort of things. So one day he exactly, made a complaint of all our, to the school principals, and then the principal called us, and they, scolded us very badly. And after that, I think I just stopped doing all those things. So that was, I think, the most memorable thing that I did in my childhood that I remember till now.
Okay, that's very I think annoying thing you did when you were a kid. Okay, making irritating others. Maybe that person may not like, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it's happened. It's happened. If I share one of my childhood memories, when I was 6 or 7 year old, I used to catch butterflies. Always I'm doing like that. And I think, and one of the common thing which every Indians do, when I was a kid, we used to visit my grandparents on every summer holidays. So this both memories are very very fond to me.
Yeah, I think every children used to catch butterflies. We also used to catch a lot of butterflies, but sometimes it becomes really difficult to catch it because sometimes it's gonna come into your hand, but a lot of time they just used to fly before you catch them.
It also hurts butterfly also because it's very
Yeah,
soft and tender. What we can say, I didn't get. So every time we used to do that kind of thing when I was kid. So yes, that's very really very amazing. So when you were a kid, what was your dream that time? Because when we are
I,
kid, we are thinking that we want to become doctor, engineer, pilot, all kind of things without any reason. Whatever we like, we are thinking like that.
I think according to my perceptions, our dream used to change according to our age. Because when we grow more and more older, our dreams exactly started getting changed according to the situations around. So I think a lot of students just have a single dream when they used to be in their first standards or second standards. Like the same, my dream was to become a doctor. uh, uh, and after that, when I was in around seventh or eighth standard, it exactly changed, and then I thought that I have to become a software engineer. But
Okay,
yeah, but after passing my intermediate examinations, I thought that I should enter, in competitive examinations because I love, stability in my career. I just want a kind of very stable job where I don't have to think a lot about, about my job profile and a lot of things, and that you can get only in government sectors. So I just thought that I'll go through government examinations, and that's what I am preparing right now for government services examinations. So yeah, it exactly changes with my ages. The more I used to grow older, it exactly changing. But right now, I'm having a fixed dream that I have to crack my government examinations, and that's the only thing which is running in my mind. And I think it's not gonna change anymore.
okay, that's true. If you talk about our childhood, at that time we enjoy and in whatever way we like. If we play doctor, then we thought, okay, one day we will become doctor. Okay, then
Yeah.
after duration of time, it will change. Okay, so it's happened.
I think a lot of students had just a kind of very similar dream. Either they wanted to be a doctor, or either they wanted to become an engineer. They have only two dreams since their childhood. So I was having the same, to become a doctor. And when I entered sixth standards or seven like that, I wanted to become an engineer. But right now I'm preparing for my government examinations.
Would you tell me what kind of job preparation you are doing right now?
I'm preparing for SSC CGL.
This is easy. Have you filled that form or you're preparing?
No, I think, when you are when you'll pass your graduation, then only you can apply for that post. So I'm in my graduation right now, so I can't apply for it, but still I'm preparing so that I can crack it in my very first attempt.
Okay, that's great that you have lots of time, I think, because you're too young. So you started your
Yeah,
graduation, so you don't worry because I think you're very intelligent as well as you're too studious boy. Okay.
I yeah, I'm having a kind of craving to crack in my very first attempt. But let's see, a lot of students used to fill
You
the
will
form, so I can't predict anything. But yeah, I'm just
no, that's true
preparing.
that you can't predict anything, but if you think positive, it will happen. Okay.
Yeah, you have to be confident on yourself that you can crack it, and you just have to work hard. The rest of the thing is gonna be in your favor, I think.
That's true. That's true. That's okay. So, would you like to tell when you were a kid, what was your favorite subject and who was your favorite teacher that time?
When I was a kid, I used to solve a lot of maths questions. So my favorite subject was mathematics. And till now, it's my favorite one. And that's the only reason in my graduation I taken maths honors. So
Okay.
I was very fond of solving maths questions a lot when I was in my school. If I talk about my favorite teacher, then I think it was not mathematics teachers anymore. My favorite one was a Hindi teacher. I was,
Okay.
yeah,
I so you are English teacher maybe.
yeah, because I think when you are in standard nine, especially in CBSE school, it happens you are gonna have two choices. Either you can opt Sanskrit or either you can have Hindi as your main subject. So in that class, I opted, Hindi as my main subject, and the teacher who used to made us teach that Hindi subject, she was like really good. She used to make us understand about everything in a very clear way, and from that time, I think she's the best teacher that I had ever met.
That's very good. That's very good. And when I talk to you about myself, when I was a kid, I think I love EVS at first or second stage because I love to know about so many different things like environment, all kind of things. But by the progression of time, it's changed. So I take my commerce subject, and now my favorite subject is accounts honors.
That's really great, I think.
So so where were you born?
I born, like in a very small village of Bihar state, Kaparpura. The name of my village is Kaparpura,
Yes.
and I think since
My
my
district district name
district is Muzaffarpur.
Muzaffarpur.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about Muzaffarpur, places, people over there.
Like in Muzaffarpur, we are having a very famous sweet like lychee. It is a kind of, yeah, very famous fruits all across the, I think, India. So Muzaffarpur is exactly known for lychee, and a lot of people are engaged in doing a lot of business in this field, and they used to export a lot of lychee, every year to different parts of our country, India, to different states. So I think we are famous for that, and people here are really good. They are really cooperative, I think. And yeah, when I talk about education, you are not gonna have a lot of good institute here for your, higher education. But still, if you're having, a lot of talents, then you can do a lot of things here.
Yes, everyone knows that those who are from Bihar, they are very talented in every subject.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why if you see the latest graph, so many people crack IS officer exam. What do you
Yeah,
think about that? From Bihar, They are cracking or they are going outside Bihar to preparing for all kind of things.
I think a lot of, Delhi is known for its, institute like for IAS and CGL and different kinds of things. So I think a lot of students used to prepare for IAS by living at their native places in Bihar. But I think around 60 to 70% of the students used to go to different city or place for their further studies for IAS examinations. But I think it's all about your qualities that you're having. If you're having a quality to crack these sort of big examinations, then you can crack it by living at your native place, by preparing at your own will. So it's all about your quality and the kinds of capacity that you're having to crack such, big examinations.
That's true. That's true. Because yesterday only I was searching the graph rate of Bihar education. Now it's 70% education there. But if I
Yeah.
talk about 2011, that time it's only 49%, but it increased to
Yeah.
70%. So it's a
Day by day, yeah, day by day it's gradually increasing. It's gonna take a little more time, but it's gonna be, in a kind, so it's gonna be known for its, education point, I think, in the coming future.
That's true. That's true. Because people, those students are very studious as well as they are doing very hard work. Okay. Everyone are very hard work because the reason is that in Bihar, I think company is not there. Okay. So everyone thinking about government sector job. So all are preparing for that. What do you think about that? There is any company in Bihar?
I
Company
think if I talk about MNCs, there are not a great numbers of big companies in our state, Bihar, because a lot of workers, as you had seen in this pandemic, COVID-19, a lot of workers, used to shift themselves from one place to another in search of job. So, there are not a big companies in our state, but still there are, some local companies and also big companies are here in our state. So a lot of workers used to work here. And at the same time, a lot of them also used to go to different, places for their life to feed their life and all that thing. And if I talk about like educational facilities, so as I had mentioned before, that a lot of students have a kind of dream to become an officer, especially in government sector. If I talk about Bihari, they all are having a dream to become an officer in government sectors. And
that's true.
their parents also used to, make them understand for all the time that if you wanted to make your life even more stable, then you have to join the government sectors. And if you're having a government job, especially in Bihar, people are gonna give you a lot of respect. A lot of respect you're gonna get in your society and from the people around. So if you're having a government job in your hand, then you are a good man in your society, I think.
In your life as well as you get so many uh, prestigious things. But I will not talk only about Bihar. I think all over India, all are very eager to do some kind of government sector job. All are, not only in Bihar. But one thing I want to tell you that what is the reason behind that company is not there in Bihar. You know exact reason why is, is it like that?
I can't say anything about it because I don't have any idea that why they are not coming to Bihar. I don't know exactly the main reason.
Yeah, I think not. I think 1 month back I read why there is no company in Bihar. Main reason is because of flood. Flood. You may
Yeah,
say 5% area in Bihar are flooded area. Every year they destroy their area. So how can anyone stabilize their company if they face
yeah.
loss?
Because nowadays also it's raining and it's raining for all the time. You know, so you can say that it's a kind of flooded area.
So many people don't know about that. They are thinking that yes, company is not there. But as well as first reason is flood, as well as also electricity is also not well over there. Because of that, company is not stabilized, isn't it?
But I think we are connected to the city area. So in my society or in my area, I think around 22 hours electricity are available at our houses. So I can't say anything that there is no facilities of electricity. But if I talk about flood, it's true that a lot of areas in Bihar used to get flooded in these sort of months. So that could be the possible reason why they are not coming here.
Yes, that's true because I search why it's happening. So one of the major reason is because of flood.
Yeah.
Almost 75% area is flooded. Okay, so I think today's topic is related to childhood. So I will ask you one thing. When you were a kid, so at that time, what is your favorite dish? What you like to eat that time?
I was having a lot of favorite dish, but one of the most favorite thing that I love to eat for all the time since my childhood, you know about jalebi, a kind of sweet.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so I used to eat a lot of jalebis for all this time. Always I used to wait for the the Sahara when you're gonna have a lot of sweets around your house. And every year I just used for the Sahara. Even now I'm also waiting it. So I used to eat that sweets a lot. I think.
Okay, that's very great. Right now, you like jalebi only, or it's changed?
No, right now also I used to eat a lot of jalebis, and at the same time, one more favorite dish of mine is gulab jamun. That's also I used to eat a lot.
Me too, me too. I also like gulab jamun a lot. It's very delicious. It's very soft. So I think it's okay. Now we end this conversation. But before that, I would like to ask you that what we have to keep in mind whenever we have to express our past situation.
I think the most important thing is your grammatical sections, because when we talk about past, we should have a not a kinds of vast knowledge, but at the same time, I think we are supposed to have a kinds of little bit knowledge about the tenses and about the models. Because when we talk about past situations, we use a lot of past tenses and the words related to that, the verbs related to that, and we also use a lot of models like would, should, could. These all are like the kinds of models that we use to describe the past situations. So you are supposed to be pretty convergent with all those sort of grammatical things so that you can express everything without making a much of grammatical errors. And
Yes,
yeah, and also, the major thing is your vocabs. So the more vocabs you're gonna have in your list, the more easily you can express every situations. Doesn't matter even if we are talking about past, present, or future. If we have a good vocab sources, then we can easily describe every situation.
that's true. That's true. Okay, one more thing I tell to my subscriber that whenever you are talking about past situation, always keep in mind that we have to use I used to, and as well as when we are talking about our childhood, for example, we have to say like this: when I was a kid, I used to play badminton, all kind of things.
Yeah,
Okay,
used to is also a kind of very important words that we use, a lot of times when we talk about past situations. And even I had also used a lot in this conversation, I think.
that's true.
Used to. I used it manifold times, I think.
Yes, that's true. That's why I'm telling to my subscriber, whenever you are using your past situation, always remember that you have to use used to, was, were, had, did, all kind of past situations, so that your
Like,
conversation becomes nice. As
yeah,
yes,
like we can say I used to play a lot of crickets when I was a kid. I used to eat a lot of food when I was in standard one. I used to, perform different kinds of activities when I was in my school. So used to is a kind of word that we can use often in our conversations when we are expressing something about past.
That's true. That's true. Because used to is for that we are not doing only for one time. We are doing continue like that. I
Yeah,
used to my friends. So that's why it's very important thing. We have to know
yeah,
about that. Anything
yeah.
else?
Because when we are doing a lot of a single word for all the time, like continuously, we can use used to and used to. So it's a kind of beautiful word that we can use.
Apart from that, you know anything other we have to keep in mind. One sentence apart from used
Like
to.
also, as I told you, that we have to keep a little bit knowledge about the models, because we also use models a lot of time when we have to describe the past situations. Like if I'll say that I could do that, I could have done that, like that, I could have done that, or a lot of sentence that we can create by using models. So it's also very important to keep a little knowledge about models.
That's true. That's true. Thank you. Thank you, Himanshu. Thank you for giving your precious time. Thank you a lot. And I hope we
Thank you.
will meet next time again.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna meet soon with some new topics.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Thank you a lot. Thank you a lot.
Thank you. Have a great day.